I'm Stephen Newton. I'm the founder and chief executive of Elixirr. 2021 has been a fantastic year. The main cornerstone for that is our underlying strategy with organic and inorganic growth. But what underpins all of that is this high performance culture we have and the quality bar we set with our clients. Every partner and every senior person in the firm has been focused on that, and the talent that we're bringing in at the junior levels, it's almost going up every year. And what that means is there's no one that can match us in terms of performance. In terms of financial performance of the business, we've had an absolutely stellar year. I mean, couldn't really ask for better. What we've seen is a culmination of both of our strategies coming together. It's delivered us 50.6 million of revenue against revenue last year, which was 30.3 million, which is a 67% growth. It's a phenomenal performance. We've been particularly pleased with our growth in the US this year. We've seen over 100% growth in this market. Gross profit has been fantastic this year. It's just followed revenue. We've made 17.7 million pounds worth of profit. Gross profit. This compares to 11.2 million from last year, and this is a 58% growth year on year. EBITDA again flows through from gross profit, so it's been 15.7 million against 9.7 million in the prior year, which is a 62% increase. So we've been a little bit more effective in our EBITDA than we were in our profit, which reflects how well we've operated the business at the cost level. Adjusted diluted earnings per share is up 58%. It's at 24.2. In prior years, it was at 15.3. Our dividend per share is 4.1 compared to 2020, which was 2.2, and this is an 86% increase. Overall, I couldn't ask for a better performance from our business this year. The numbers all speak for themselves, but the business has performed exceptionally well. In particular, what I like is seeing our strategy come together. One of my key priorities for the firm is to stay in the boardroom. Any issues that the boardroom deals with, we want to be tackling. And what I love about this last year is that we've seen an improvement to our involvement in those issues. Clients are demanding so much from consulting firms nowadays, and that includes us. So the macro trend is that the industry is growing. The demand for expert advice is actually increasing, and it's obviously in the areas that everyone talks about. Things like digital, things like cybersecurity, data. Clients don't always have the requisite skills in-house, and they want to look to a specialist and someone to help them do that. FY21 has been an exceptional year for both deepening our existing relationships, but also expanding the portfolio of new logos that we have within the business. We've had over 80 new clients this year, which is about 90% up on last year. Once we've got client relationships, we're very good at then forming deep and long-lasting relationships, and that leads to multi-year client relationships. And to see how my partners have embraced the acquisitions and how that has led to additional value to our clients and obviously value to the firm as a result. There has been such a great crossover between the businesses that we've acquired and our existing business. The combination of quality and relationship should lead to sustainable relationships with your clients. And that's actually a key performance criteria for us. So last year, for example, we had 50% repeat clients, which means our clients love the work we do and want to repeat by us. And a great example of this is the work we've done with Delta Dental. This relationship started 4 years ago with a small 20, 30K project, and now they're standing at our third biggest client. It just shows the way we work with our clients around their boardroom issues and the quality we deliver leads to longevity in relationships. As everybody knows, the pandemic has been very hard on everybody. We were fortunate in that our business performance didn't suffer. But what's been fantastic about 2021 is being able to bring people together. I think it's done a lot for morale. It's done a lot for the business performance, and I think they're still all very pleased to be able to have these events and see one another again and start forming those personal contacts. The cultural cornerstone of Elixirr is one of entrepreneurship. To that end, we set up this offsite, if you like. We bring all new participants to the firm into an environment where they get to see the history of our firm. We talk them through the history from the day one, sitting in my garden, to where we are today, being a listed company. It's a really strong cultural glue that brings everyone together around the performance standard, an entrepreneurial mindset, the history of the firm, and brings a far bigger ownership to the table. The Employee Share Purchase Scheme, ESPP, that we launched almost 18 months ago has been a fantastic success. It is available to everybody, no exceptions, right? I mean, that's the point. We acquire businesses, all the employees of those businesses participate in the ESPP, and it's available to them. And it gives a great sense of commitment and camaraderie and togetherness. I think it's been a wonderful thing that we've introduced. So initially when we launched the ESPP scheme, we had a fantastic uptake. It was actually quite surprising that 54% of our employees took it up straight out of the gates. But what's even more pleasing is you now look at the new uptake for 2022, and we've got 74% uptake. You see the complete buy-in from our people. They see the scheme is beneficial commercially, but also they see that it ties them into the company, it makes them feel ownership, there's accountability, and the performance is there. And people are prepared to take the risk for that performance. So they're backing themselves, they're backing their teammates, if you like, and people work together so well as a result. For 2022, we're just going to continue with the same strategy. The inorganic growth strategy is critical. And then obviously the organic strategy is just as critical, and we'll continue pursuing that. But what's really exciting is also to see the existing investments in those 4 pillars come to life and start adding the value that we expect them to add. We see the green shoots of it with regards to already the 8 relationships we have with ILAP. I'd obviously like to see our organic growth in the US continue at the pace that it's been growing. Continue to hire new partners in, continue to promote partners. We've got such a great pipeline of young talent coming through this firm. We are promoting one of our superstars, Danny Croucher, and one of our equally talented principals, Ben Gower, alongside our recent promotions, Sam Parker and Ollie Bishop. We're starting to see now the momentum build. And so the potential for us to grow is still all there. The market is there. Our proposition is so fresh and so interesting to clients. Our reputation is building in the marketplace generally. So I won't be changing posture. Our Q1 this year has been great. We've got a record March, which is fantastic. And that momentum is just flowing into the balance of the year. So I'm very confident that we're going to have a very good performance for 2022. And then you add our acquisition of ILAP to that, and it's just going to be a more sustainable, bigger, better business that serves its clients with the high performance that we expect from everyone in the team. All of these things together are going to continue to deliver the types of growth that we see today. We believe the consulting industry is ready for some form of disruption. So we're trying to introduce the entrepreneurial, disruptive mindset into the consulting industry. We want clients who are looking to disrupt their own industries. And our purpose is to help them achieve that through being disruptive ourselves. Our competition are burdened by their history. We are unencumbered by history. We can set a field and a culture and a way of being that our competition, fortunately for us, can't.